All right then, here we are again. This is Brian talking to David Barrett, and it's about our book, Digger's Story, which you can read all about on our website called warstory.com.au. And today we're going to talk about an episode while David was stationed at Kanchanaburi camp at the number 1 Coolie Hospital, where the Japanese ordered him, nobody requested, but he was ordered to be the officer's sanski boy. Is that right, David?
That's right.
And could you start maybe by telling us what a sanski boy is?
Well, I had understood it was just his bath boy, organising his bath water
Oh, yeah.
and advising him when it was ready.
Yeah, and did the job involve a bit more than that occasionally? Or?
Yeah, there was, during the day, after the bathing bit,
Uh-huh.
I went in to clean up the quarters.
Oh, yeah.
And
what did that involve? It just involved cleaning, did it?
just tidying up and cleaning, and throwing rubbish out.
So did you regard that as a rather menial job?
Yeah.
I suppose menial's relative. I mean, if you were safe and you were eating, perhaps some people would have valued that job, would they?
They probably would, but I didn't. No, I didn't worry about the dangers of what I was doing.
No.
I was just having more adventures.
Right. So having decided that this was a menial job, exactly how did you get out of it? It's in the book, of course.
I decided to. He had me lighting a fire under this 44-gallon drum.
Yeah.
And when I told him it was warm enough, he'd come out, disrobe, and go up the steps.
Oh, there were steps up to...
He had a platform there, sort of thing. And
at the side of the drum.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he'd go in, but...
Yeah.
And so I decided I was a mean bastard.
Right.
And I decided to cook him. And I overheated the water and I waited until it was very hot. And I said, right, Major Kudo, it's ready now. And out he came.
Wasn't that a bit risky?
Probably was. Probably was. I didn't think of the risk. I just made up my mind to do things.
All right, okay.
And out he came and disrobed and went up the steps and put one foot in the water just to test it. And he screamed out and he jumped over and he said, that's boiling. And he proceeded to wail into me.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So that was the end of the job. You weren't there the next day?
No.
Oh, right.
Thank God.
So how long did you take to recover?
Oh, a few days. I got a broken jaw out of it and some aches and pains. They know how to brutally punish you, and because that was the thing in the Japanese army. There were no charge sheets like in our army. It was all punishment.
The senior officer just made the decision whether you were guilty or not guilty, and that was it.
Yeah, there's no trials or anything. And the sergeant or corporal had life or death decisions to make.
Over those underneath them?
Over those underneath them. The Koreans, they were just shot. If they did something wrong, some of them were shot.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Right. These were the Koreans that worked as guards under the Japanese.
Yeah, they were more brutal than the Japs.
Your next job was in the cholera house, I believe.
That's right. I volunteered for the cholera house because I wanted to deal with the natives that came up to the fence. It was just a bamboo fence about 6 foot high, or less than 6 foot high. and the Japs wouldn't go near the cholera ward because they feared cholera.
So that gave you a bit of freedom to...
Yeah, exactly.
right.
I had the freedom to barter with the Japs and sell them things, get them money, and
But that is barter with the ties, you mean?
the ties. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
And
yeah.
they would the women would come along too and barter.
Yeah.
And they'd buy old socks, holes in them, and filthy socks, and they'd unstitch them or whatever, and
Yeah, rip
and
them
reknit
out, yeah.
them,
Reknit
them.
them.
Yeah,
Or reknit other garments from the wool.
yeah,
Yeah, amazing.
yeah.
And being in the cholera house gave you an opportunity to get a little revenge on the Japanese officer, or the Japanese officers that you were dealing with.
No,
No?
no. Well, how could I get revenge on them? No, I used to treat the natives that were in there who had cholera,
Yeah,
line them up with their backsides to the aisle,
yeah,
and I'd spray them with probably saline
saline solution.
solution. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they thought they were going to get better from it, but they all died. No one survived cholera there.
But didn't you attempt a little bacterial warfare?
Oh, that wasn't the officers. Yeah,
Oh, right.
I had a syringe that I brought up from Changi with me,
Yeah,
and I'd get some cholera material into the syringe, and when I went in to clean up the Japanese quarters, if there was any fruit or toothbrush or anything that would be susceptible to them getting cholera,
Yeah.
I'd give it a squirt on each one, or in one each one, and some Japs were taken away to Bangkok ill, and I don't know what happened to them.
no. So you may have had some success and you may not.
I think so, yeah.
Okay then, thank you very much, David. We'll leave it there for now, and we'll talk again about other topics that are in our book, Digger's Story, which you can read about on our website at warstory.com.au.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, David.
Thank you.